just in April, and she's invited me to come by for an interview at her house. So follow us. Hello.
How are you doing, Mr. O'Rourke?
That's up. Good to see you. This is Chris.
Hey, good to
Hi,
see you.
Chris. Good to see you too.
Hey,
Allison,
good to see you all.
Michael,
Hi.
Catherine.
How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so glad that you invited me to come.
Oh.
We brought some gifts that we can go through in just a little bit.
All right.
Hopefully you like them. But
Cynthia.
she's right here. Cynthia's right here.
He's right.
Chris is right here. He's going to come
How are you,
around. He's got the
Allison?
live stream going.
Hey, thanks for inviting us.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We're excited. We've been talking about it all week.
And we got lots to talk about.
We've got lots to talk about. I'm ready to get started. Do you want me to sit here?
I do my picture first.
Okay, let's do it. That's super important.
And you nursing friend of Oregon.
Yeah. And then you got to get in one after you take one. You should come in and join us. Yeah.
Okay. And Oregon. We gotta get just.
It's got to be right. It's got to be right.
I am going to squats. Doesn't mean I'm good at it, but
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
you can. You know, you're gonna work those quads.
Oh yeah.
The lighting's better that way too, no shucks.
Beautiful. Y'all
Let me
are
grab it,
gorgeous.
let me grab
Yeah.
it. 2, 3. All right, you want to jump in and I'll take it?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, got it.
Come on in.
All right, and then we'll get this set up and ready to go for everybody here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That,
Awesome.
got the tripod going.
And then do you want it?
Okay, I'm gonna swing over here.
You get where you need to be.
Are we live? Oh, we are live.
In vivo.
Hey.
Is it okay to sit here?
Great.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
great.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I'm
How
excited.
are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for asking. We were just in Austin, and prior to that, we had been in the Rio Grande Valley.
I'm brother. You are on over the place.
All over the place. San Antonio, Uvalde, Amarillo, Grapevine, I mean, everywhere. It's a big state.
I know. We're proud of that state.
We're really proud of that
I
state.
really did want to just also welcome the viewers today. Would you want to say anything to them?
Yeah, we're grateful to everyone who's joining us here in Temple, Texas with Allison. And when I think of Temple now, I think about you.
Oh.
And for those of us who joined us back in April, you remember a really inspiring conversation with Allison where I first heard the phrase, don't need easy, just need possible. And where I admire these amazing t-shirts that Allison and Team Allie have on right now. Amy's got one on as well. And we were hoping there'd be some kind of t-shirt exchange today. We brought some t-shirts as well. So we'll just see how the conversation goes and whether we've earned it by the end of it. But so grateful to be with you. And for those of you who have not met Allison before, she's a distinguished attorney. She's an extraordinary philanthropist. She's somebody who connects with and inspires people all over this country, all over this world for that matter. She's someone who, through her perseverance and determination, and as you pointed out when you told me the story of your parents, this extraordinary, unconditional, limitless love that she's received from her parents and those around us, she has achieved some really extraordinary things. And these are stories that are worth keeping in mind when any of us face challenges or struggles in our own lives. And I know that there are countless people who've been touched by Allison, whose lives are made better because of those stories. So I'm really looking forward to the conversation today, to hearing what's on your mind. And I know you have some questions for me, and I'm looking forward to answering them.
I think, obviously you need no introduction. So I think we'll just jump right in.
That sounds great.
When we met in April, we didn't really get to talk issues and policy and the future of Texas. So I was hoping today that's kind of what we could focus on. And these questions have not been previewed by you. They are off the cuff. And I'm excited to get your thoughts. So I have about 4 and I took one from the community. So
Great.
hopefully we have time to briefly touch on all of those.
If I go too long, just give me the signal and say, hey, that took too long. We need to go on to the next one so that we can get as many in as
I'll be
possible.
like, no. But wait, so, first of all, you talked about traveling and campaigning and this heat. Whew, it is hot. I think today was actually a cold front, 101. So I think one thing that's on a lot of Texans' minds is the power grid.
Mhm.
You know, for me, personally, I rely on electricity to meet my medical needs. And I'm not unique. You know, I know that there are thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in my position that really depend on electricity. So, as governor, you know, what is your plan to ensure that all Texans have stable access to electricity and power, not just in the heat, but as we saw 2 years ago, in the cold as well?
That's right. I like the way that you put it in terms of the importance of the grid, because we can think about it in economic terms. If we want to attract businesses or grow the businesses we have, we need a stable, dependable power grid. We need to know that when we flick the switch, the lights are always going to turn on. For others, it may be an issue of convenience. It's really hot in Texas right now, and we need to be able to depend on the air conditioning. But as you pointed out, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Texans who literally for their lives depend on being able to ensure that the power is going to work when they need it. And as we saw last February, the power failed tens of millions of Texans. We lost the lives, unfortunately, of more than 700 of our fellow Texans during that power outage. And yesterday we received the second consecutive warning that we might have blackouts if we don't reduce demand in the state of Texas. In other words, we might not have the capacity for generation and load to meet the demand that we're seeing in this state. So your question is, how are we going to fix this?
You know, I really think this is one of Texas's nightmares right now. You know, how can we solve this nightmare?
How can we solve this nightmare so that we never have to worry about this again?
Right.
A few things that I've heard by, and I know you do this very well, and I try to do this well, by listening to other people, and especially those who understand this issue best. First and foremost, we need to connect our energy grid, which is called ERCOT, with the national grid.